Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Asha. Thank you for joining me today. I just wanted to jump on today and just talk a little bit about something that I have always been very fascinated with, very curious about my entire life. And I just wanted to share my thoughts about the moon cycle. Today is a new moon. And that may not mean anything to any of you. It may mean some things to some people. The moon cycle is a natural thing. It's always there. I don't want to get into this subject in a very mystical way. I just want to talk about the practicality of it, actually, and how new moons are really interesting because when we have a new moon, we can't see it. There's actual darkness. It gives us a chance to kind of connect with the unseen. And I've always been fascinated with the planets, the stars. I actually wanted to be an astronaut whenever I was younger, one of the many things that I wanted to be. And I was just really fascinated with the energies of the planets and the moons and the stars and all the cycles that take place without us ever noticing. Some people notice this. I know there are several people. I've had several mentors and friends and family members over the years that actually do new moon rituals or full moon rituals. In my cultural background, in a lot of cultures, there are certain things that are done or not done on a full moon or new moon. And this is my first time reaching out to my community and creating a video like this. We're going to explore this together. No pressure, there's nothing, you don't have to believe in anything to think that it has some magic or not. It's about possibility. It's about mindset. It's about your well-being. It's about how you can look at things and have curiosity about things in life that may not make sense to you completely. Not everything has to make sense. Even though we can't see the moon is still there. In the darkness, we can't see it. It's subtle. And I actually love that part about the new moon time because it's kind of like how we live life. We live in a culture that we celebrate the things that are seen, the things that are loud, the big wins, the public milestones, the things that are just kind of out there. But the new moon phase reminds us of the unseen patterns, and that those matter too. In fact, sometimes I think that they matter even more. It's like the idea stage of anything. It's kind of like when you get to plant the seeds. I mean, if you think about when you plant seeds, you put the seeds in the dirt and there's darkness there. You water it, it gets sunlight, but there's darkness there and you can't see. You can't see yet quite what is going to grow out of that. And that's exactly how we deal with our lives. So the moment you quietly decide something, it's that idea stage of everything, and you haven't even said it out loud. I love using this time to actually journal and to take 5 or 10 minutes to just write down kind of what my intentions are, what my new intentions are. And, nothing really looks different on the outside during the new moon. Okay, granted, as opposed to a full moon, the moon is very bright and shining, but in a new moon underneath it, things are already shifting. It's darkness, but things are shifting. And this metaphor of life I find fascinating. A lot of people think of a new moon with new energy. And they arrive on special dates, not only with the new moon, but like New Year's Day, birthdays, Mondays, a new day, the new week, or just when everything is perfectly lined up. And that's not exactly how change works, okay? Although, yes, we can start again, but I feel like we can start again at any time. New energy shows up in the moment that you decide to respond differently, in the moment that you decide to do things differently, in the moment you just rest instead of pushing constantly. The moment that you tell yourself the truth without having any filters, not being harsh about it, being compassionate, being kind with yourself. And I feel like the new moon gives us this reminder today. It's like a bookmark in time saying, okay, you can begin again here. It's okay. Not because you failed, not because you didn't do things okay. It's just this is where there's going to be a little push of growth and a cycle. If you want to do something practical for this, here's a simple way to use this energy. And you can do it whether it's this month in the new moon, next month, the following months, whatever. You don't have to turn it into homework. You don't have to turn it into this big thing, but just slow your pace. First of all, today, slow your pace. Even for 5 or 10 minutes counts. Just put your phone down, put everything away, sit somewhere comfortable, drink your tea, drink your hot cocoa, whatever it is, dim the lights, light a candle, whatever it is, and then ask yourself this one question. Just one question. What feels ready to begin? It could also mean when you ask that question, it's not about what you should fix. Okay. It's not what am I behind on? Just what feels ready? What feels naturally ready to begin? When you ask that question, you might get insights, which happens to me a lot, of all the things that I also need to let go of and maybe put on a back burner. And it might be a habit, it might be a conversation that needs to happen. It may be a new way of speaking to yourself, it might be rest, it could be numerous things. But just ask yourself that one question and you can write it down. As I said before, I like to journal at this time. If you want to write it down, one sentence is enough, just whatever, it's for you. You're not locking yourself into anything. You're allowing yourself to plant a seed that you want to grow, a seed that you want to nurture. Okay. It's not perfect wording. It's just intention, just a conscious intention that you are setting to give some of your attention to. This is where your mindset really comes in because when we mark moments of intention, we train our minds to notice opportunities and possibilities, not just problems or obstacles. We become more aware of our choices and the things that we're consciously doing, and we're trying not to run on autopilot at that point. We respond instead of just reacting out of autopilot. And that's truly a well-being practice. That is about self-care. It's not about constantly being positive. It's not about, it's not about that being perfect. It's about self-trust, building that self-trust. And it's what we're learning when we act, when we pause, actually, when we take a moment to pause. You've probably heard me say this before. I have been the most productive at times that it has appeared on the outside that I wasn't doing anything to other people because it was the quieter moments that I was getting more insights and more inspiration. You are allowed to grow slowly. There is no set handbook that says that you have to speed up and you have to speed up the process and that, you have to stay the course of certain things. You are allowed to change your mind as well. You're allowed to begin again and again without any dramatic reason or justification. If you're watching this and thinking, I don't know if I believe in all this new moon stuff, you don't have to. It's completely fine. It's just something that I have been interested in for a long time, and I wanted to just kind of share that with you all. You don't have to believe in anything cosmic for reflection for this to be useful. This is about awareness. This is about pattern awareness and your nervous system care, being able to calm yourself down and to get yourself into better alignment. The moon just gives us a rhythm to return to, like a reminder. It's like a reminder on the calendar. It says, check in with yourself. Curiosity alone is not enough. Check in with yourself. Take some moments to really see where you are right now and what you're ready to begin. If you take anything from this message today, let it be this. You don't need a perfect moment to start fresh. It doesn't need to be a new year. It doesn't need to be Monday. You can try to start again in any given moment. You just need to be present. You need to be honest with yourself, and you need a little patience with yourself. So that way you can learn the language of your intuition and learn what those insights are telling you. The new moon isn't about becoming someone else. It's about making space for who you already are becoming and allowing that to grow and planting those seeds. So if this resonated with you, please be sure to drop a comment, share this with anybody. If you want more conversations like this, I'd love to hear from you. Just give me a shout out, let me know. And thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the new moon. Until next time.